Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Kyuujin cosplay. And it's been a while, but we are back, guys, with Better Call Saul. Episode 11 of season 6.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Cameo, maybe?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Last year when we were watching it live, we knew it was gonna happen. And it's a fucking shame that we stopped right before it, but pretty sure Walt and Jesse are in this episode. If only for a minute. I'm gonna be happy to see them. So yeah, sorry it has been so long. If you've been following us on community, you know why. And you can see my little short curly hair now, so you understand. I am so glad to be back here. I'm so glad that we get to finish this amazing series.
Finally!
Yes, and we've been also preparing something cool for the finale, and I'm excited to show you guys that. But before we get there, we need to watch this one and the next one. Saul, last episode, we were with him in the future as he's trying to lay low. He pulled one last coup, one heist with a few men who I can't speak English.
Figure it out.
With people that figured out who he was, and he helped them steal a lot of shit, which made them happy, and then he kind of threatened them and said, but like, you did that. I have a bunch of dirt on you if you come after me, or if you try to hit me up again, ask me for stuff again. I get you arrested. You know, if I fall down, you fall down. So this is pretty much where we are. We also know, well, in the past, he has become Saul Goodman as we know him. So I think we're gonna, like the title of the episode says, Breaking Bad, we're gonna mix everything up.
Universe.
Yeah, merge the two universe for good this time, and see what they have to say to us about Saul during the Breaking Bad days that we don't know already.
What I mean, we might learn what happened between him and Kim during Breaking Bad.
We don't know where she is.
We don't know yet.
She left. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a while for us, so we might not remember everything. We're going to try to do a good job this episode and get back into it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens to Saul and see our boars again.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Oh, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio.
Straight up with the meeting.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we get to see this again now that we know who Lalo is, Nacho.
Yeah. Bad things happen at the desert every single time.
Yeah.
Come on, talk to me, guys, huh? Jeez. Oh! Oh, no. It wasn't me. It was Ignacio. He's the one.
Oh, no.
It kind of brings some tears.
It's so
you know?
nice seeing what happened, but from his point of view.
Yeah.
An old bitch.
And it's all the callbacks, you know, just the shot of the bullet holes and we know where we are. I miss this.
Hey, long time no see.
Stems in the sea.
What has she been up
You're
to?
gonna do this shit? Please flush it down the toilet.
Still dealing with shit, I guess.
We don't have drugs here.
Uh-huh.
I've seen worse, guys.
You sleep passing it?
Don't put up with this shit.
Like, she could beat you up if she wanted to.
It's a bit sad though to see that it's kind of like Saul ruined her for good. Like even in the future when she's no longer working for him, she's still down, kind of depressed, and she's done with life. For her, it's not as bad, but she would also be looking after herself.
She was
like,
his secretary. She knows stuff.
yeah. And like, if only to find Saul, they would probably
Try to
find her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You're there.
Okay, well,
Let her go, man.
tell me.
First things first.
I believe we agreed after.
I'm hanging up.
Okay then, jeez.
I mean, he pays her. I think she would be much happier leaving him behind, but
Sometimes it's hard to leave behind old habits or people that you knew for a time, you know?
Okay.
Great. Tell me, how hot?
I still get followed. My mail gets opened. My phone at home clicks whenever I use it. Skylar White got her deal, so the only ones left to go after are you and Pinkman, and I heard they found his car down by the border, so...
The plan worked. They need someone to arrest. They lost Walter, they lost Jesse.
Skylar got our deal, yeah.
Go on. Say there was an overseas account, Antigua and Barbuda.
Tigerfish Corporation? I gave it to the feds.
God damn it!
You put my name on the board of a fictional corporation. I had to give it up. I didn't really have a choice. And a heads up would have been nice, by the way.
You were
It's all
pawn.
gone. Those sons of bitches took everything.
Except what you took with you. And I'm guessing that wasn't chump change.
Well, I'm guessing he gave everything away to the vacuum guy. Or at least part of it.
I did get one call
But,
after everything went down.
From whom?
Kim,
oh boy,
checking
okay.
in on me. Your name came up. Asked if you were alive.
What did you tell her?
Nothing.
But she asked.
Yep.
I guess this is goodbye. Hello? Hello?
Goodbye, okay, bye Jude, bye.
For him, it's his whole life. It's the old memories, the whole
Yeah,
feelings
but for her,
and
it's
stuff.
just problem after problem, so...
Hi. I'm looking for Kim Wexler. I believe she works there.
Not sure how that is gonna go.
But, yeah. I'm thinking he's got hopes that he could go back to her since she asked about him, but asking about you doesn't mean she wants to see you. As always with Saul, it's always hard to feel bad, but then again, we love him, so, you know. He did create this mess himself. You can't threaten a guy not to, you know, so he doesn't find you again and then find him again.
Another good.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, your mom was just showing me this computer you bought.
Jean showed me. You go to the box up here, and then you type in funny cat videos. These funny cat videos just pop up.
You can find pretty much everything on the net, right?
Cat eating ice.
What do you want, Saul?
I thought a computer.
And nobody said nothing to nobody. Not me, not Buddy. Living our lives like normal, just like you say.
Stop talking. I need you to answer some questions. First up, you have a night shift, right?
You mean the graveyard shift at the cab company? Yeah.
Get on the 9 to 6. After that, we need to get our heads on some barbiturates.
But you said we're done. You said cross to the other side of the street if I see you coming.
Is he ever done though?
We talked about this, how he felt the rush again.
So we're back in business?
There's also sort of type of addictions, right? Power, money, drugs.
I think he misses the old days, and now Kim is not talking, he can't reach her.
It's always when he's feeling it down.
Yeah. He's got no money left, so he's gonna look for a way to get some.
Wow. What do you say we go again? Up the stakes. Loser has to sing with his shirt off this time.
No more bets.
Oh, what's the matter with a fella? Not win.
Gonna get Focus, the movie, in mind.
Come on.
You lose a bunch of times, you make him think he's gonna win, and then...
That's right.
Wait for it.
You lose, sucker. Another round, good man.
And he's the perfect victim, you know? He's loud, he's got chains and stuff, he seems rich and gullible. He's not stupid.
Looks like one of our cabs is here. Oh, this was fun. Oh, in fact, you can keep the matches. What a fine girl.
Well, bet who's fucking driving the cab.
You okay back there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I got water here.
if you want. On the house.
The water's drugged.
Probably.
I'm about 10 minutes away from my drop at 17 Delmar Place.
357, head to the airport when you're done.
Copy that.
It's always the same with him, you know? It's the, what the fuck is gonna happen next?
Feel better.
It's interesting because I expected to be with the Breaking Bad episode a lot more. I'm wondering how they're gonna tie it in. Because it's gotta be tied in somehow.
Maybe that's just them Breaking Bad, I guess.
Could be. I
They're,
thought about
they're
that.
still
actually.
new with the whole game.
Them?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the focus is on Saul though. Oh boy. Don't keep this information in your house like this. You never know what
As
can
obviously,
happen.
yeah.
Especially when you're an important person or you've got a lot of money, you never know. But don't fucking write passwords, account names. Don't keep your papers in obvious places. Be paranoid.
Oh,
You should have taken
he
the
forgot
fucking
the
tape.
tape.
Nope, he's coming back. Almost perfect, and then yeah. You'll never know.
Could you imagine if you forgot the tape?
Well, depending on what they want to do with the information, eventually he might figure out what's been done to him. If it's about stealing money or anything. Hey, we're back! But yeah, finding the tape would have made it easier for him to figure it out.
It's like James Whale's traveling roadshow in here.
It is a legacy.
Ship definitely travels.
My man! My other man!
Sorry, you said the what? Travels?
Where's the ship? What do they call this thing?
All right, never mind. Just no details.
What, you two drive around like Mr. Softy, scooping out drugs for all the good boys and girls?
No, we don't deal from here.
It's like we never left.
No details.
He's standing in front of a meth lab. It's not like he ain't gonna put two and two together.
He is
Yeah.
on a need-to-know basis.
You're the whole freaking package.
I found my gold mine.
Actually make the blue stuff. Mm-hmm. Hey, tell me, how much product can you churn out with a setup like
All right,
this?
we're done. We're done with the questions. Do you have a job? One job. And I still don't understand how you're going to pull it off.
This is when I get all my ducks in a row. I'll give you a PowerPoint down at the office.
We're seeing the legend come together.
You're lucky I'm not charging you for my chiropractor. She's expensive. But she adjusts everything.
Saul was perfect for these two.
Yes, I gave it. You should have just let me drive, yo.
Look, nothing would be different in this moment except you panicking and flooding the engine.
I've missed
Fellas,
this
I was
too.
enjoying the Laurel and Hardy vibe, but I'm not such a fan of the Bickersons. Can you get me back to my
Well.
house?
When it idles too long, the fuel pump overheats, and so we just need to let it cool down.
4 days out, part 2.
That some dude named Lalo sent us. He seemed pretty freaked out.
You
Yeah.
don't want to know.
Never heard no Lalo on the street.
It's nobody.
He and his family killed the original you.
Because
But yeah, the fact that you don't really know the name Lalo on the street means that he was doing a good job.
Wait, what?
With what Lalo was doing, the fact that you don't know his name in the street.
Oh, cool shot.
Interesting.
Really cool shot.
But technically, he is dead.
Yeah.
He's walking dead right now.
Exactly. He is just surviving at this point. He's not enjoying life. Which, personally, I think this is why he keeps going back to his schemes, even though he says he doesn't want to because he's scared of, you know, being found. And
Mm-hmm.
there's always going to be the need for the rush. Oh. little taste of what it used to be for you.
That's his chiropractor, by the way.
Probably. It is expensive.
Yeah, big time.
Okay,
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
is he stealing money from a lot of rich people so he can get back the stuff he used to have? Get back to how it used to be? I think that's what he's doing. He misses it too much.
One of you guys wrote in the comments that even when he was doing the scam in episode 10, and just as right now, everything is still gray, no colors. So technically,
No life.
no life is still not really happy.
He's missing the biggest things, you know. He lost his reputation, he lost his girl, lost his job. Although he seems on his way to get it all back, you're making the same mistakes that got you in this situation.
What you guys suggest that maybe what he was missing was probably Kim. Kim was the color in his life, like a real connection with someone.
Yeah, she's gone in Breaking Bad, and there's color in that too. He replaced Kim with Saul Goodman, the persona.
Well,
and now he lost that.
Sometimes when you lose everything, that you realize that what you used to have was something, you know.
Don't get caught up.
Oh,
Those look exotic.
Yeah.
What are those for?
this is gonna end bad though.
Yeah, I know.
Cancer.
Don't do that to him. And again, I'm gonna fucking say it. What the fuck with cancer since last year? I can't help but think of Howard too. Like, you never know what's going on in someone's life. You know, when you screw them over, you don't know.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to take this one, Vic? I can wait.
No, it's all you.
Okay.
Have a conscience, man.
But, well, with his face, I think he's thinking about it.
I mean, the plan is in motion, but he can stop it. Come on, show us that you're still a human in there.
Aces, send them in.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
Mike.
winter sunshine. Cast some light into my cold, dark world.
What about that Heisenberg fella?
You're cash cow.
High school chemistry teacher. He has lung cancer.
Jesus.
Well, listen, even if this guy was going to live, I wouldn't
You know
go
what? Maybe
near
the
him.
guy he met in the future reminds him of Walt.
Yeah, he might be an amateur, but it's gonna be the boss.
170 pounds of clay ready to be molded.
Well, if the cancer doesn't get him, it'll be the cops or a bullet to the head.
I got a feeling about this. This Heisenberg guy's got something.
Let it go.
You should have. You got a lot of money because of him, but then your life.
Make a lot of good life choices.
But yeah, I'm thinking that for Saul, in his head, Walter was like Icarus, like trying to reach the sun. And he I know it's a huge metaphor, but he knew that with him, he's gonna be able to go really, really high. But by doing so, he got burned
Yeah.
and went down.
But then it's the theme of Breaking Bad, you know, actions and consequences, choices. I'm thinking parallel, like the chances he took with Walter and Jesse back then led him here, and now he's taking chances again, and it's gonna lead him to disaster once more.
The guy has cancer, man. I found pills in his pocket.
So, a guy with cancer can't be an asshole?
He's met one.
Believe me, I speak from experience.
Yep.
I can't rip off a guy with cancer.
But
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Do you know how many of the suckers we've ripped off have sob stories? Every single one of them. Believe me, before you know it, you forget all about it.
Like you?
We can just let this one go. Not your call.
He could have just let it go though.
I pulled the tape when I left. The door's locked. We couldn't get back in even if we wanted to.
You don't forget it. You're fired. Just go. Just give me the camera and go. If we're gonna do this, we should leave now.
We're really gonna go back there?
What did I just say?
What time did the guy take the drugs? We give it to him, what, 3 hours ago? I don't even know if he finished it. He might be awake by now.
Might be dead too. We're too used to this. We see the bad sides.
You should have let it go, man.
Something happened. Something bad happened. Transitions this episode. You messed with the cancer man. Once again, you got bit.
And I guess I'm gonna take you down again.
I love Saul, but if he's gonna go back to his old patterns and start doing this shit again, he didn't learn.
He never learned.
I'm happy with Jesse being free because he learned.
So, well, Jimmy's been doing this shit for so long. Even before he's been Saul Goodman.
Yeah, he never fucking learned.
He doesn't want to learn.
He's gonna get burnt again. Like before,
Like,
he was
this isn't obvious.
He was told before, don't go to the guy with cancer, don't go. He did. And he's doing it again. Look at him get arrested or something.
Seriously, if that guy, the one with pancreatic cancer, is not dead, and he's gonna be fine the next morning, isn't it obvious when you got a broken window that someone broke it?
He's being reckless.
Huh?
You know, when we talked about the first one they did, you know, when he forgot the tape and we were like, oh shit, forgot the tape. And then he came back and I was like, perfect plan. That's not so perfect. It's almost like his emotions are taking over too much in this moment. The fact that the guy has cancer gave him a little bit of guilt, reminded him of Walter. He made the mistake of going back after the perfect plan was over. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
They're gonna find him, for sure.
Okay, there's many outcomes. First, the guy is dead because he took drugs with his medication. That's the worst one. Two, like he said, it's been over 3 hours since the guy took the bottle, so he might wake up.
Or maybe it's gonna, maybe not death, but the fact that he took medication, maybe, it's gonna create something, make him sick, make him wake up. Like, there are so many things that could have happened. We'll find out next episode, I guess, but, we talked about this during the year between last episode and this episode, about how this would potentially end for Saul.
With him being arrested and being in jail?
I'm thinking maybe jail because Walt died. That's one, potential ending for a guy that makes the wrong choices and does this life. But Walter got that ending. Jesse got the freedom ending. So he learned from his mistakes. He suffered like a fucking, it's like he was a victim in the whole thing, He did bad choices too, but I'm happy with him being free because he learned and he moved on. So freedom was his ending. I don't think Saul having a show of his own is gonna have either of these. But I don't think it's satisfying either if he never learns, if he doesn't get punished for what he did. Like, he kind of needs... Walter died, Jesse suffered, he needs a punishment of his own, so I'm thinking jail.
Between, because he's not bad enough to die because of his action and what he's doing.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing,
since he's never learning and just going back again to the old scheme and ripping people off, he needs to have consequences idea.
And it also, like, it's a perfect way to end everything else, because with Jesse, well, they said in the beginning of the episode they're still looking for Saul because they lost Jesse and Walter. They need
not a scapegoat, but not a scapegoat because he's really involved.
Yes,
they need to have someone to make an example of.
Yeah, like if they had caught Jesse, no matter what his story, no matter his journey, he was gonna be suffering for
next
Walter.
Big fish, basically.
Yeah, he was gonna be suffering for everything Walter did because they needed to punish someone. But now they don't have him, and he's gone for good. So Saul is the next big thing. It is not technically as bad as Walter and Jesse because he technically didn't kill anyone. Like, if you look at what he did in Breaking Bad and stuff, like, it was mostly money laundering and just shitty deals. Like, he was just playing with the law. Like, he's a crook. He's not a killer, but his actions had consequences, and he did help people kill other people. Yeah. So his involvement led to a bunch of disasters. So I don't think it's satisfying for him to not be punished at all. And the Gene ending of, I'm miserable, I everything lacks color, I lost everything I cared about, like, Kim's not there anymore, he can't reach her, and if he did, like, he asked for her, and I'm not really sure what the freaking out was about. Like, either she refused to talk to him, but then he didn't say who he was, or it's just that she's not there anymore, he can't reach her anymore. no matter, the reason, he can't get to her. Even though he had hope, like the fact that she asked about him is one thing. Like she still thinks about him. She's never gonna forget him, but
doesn't mean that she wants to get
learned.
involved with you again.
And that's the thing. She was on her way to becoming just like Saul, if not worse. And she learned from what happened with Howard, and she chose to back down and stop this. Like when she's with Jimmy, she's, she does shitty stuff, so she left. She learned, so she's moving on. Going back to Jimmy now would lead her to perhaps turn again. Like, who knows? So she's staying away. I think it's pissing him off. He can't go back to how it used to be. So next best thing, if he can't make a new life with the person he loves, he's gonna go back to his fucking schemes. What he knows he's good at, what he knows he can succeed at, and what gives him money, and all the stuff that he used to have. The stuff that you said, he forgot, he lost Kim and everything lost color after that. But then I said in Breaking Bad...
One of you guys technically put it in the comments, and I really loved your commentary, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit to that. There was still color. Whenever we see him in the past as Saul in Breaking Bad, there's color. So losing Kim was definitely a big blow, but I think he replaced her with the persona of Saul Goodman, which is why everything is still so full of life and stuff, because he's got a bunch of shit, he's got a reputation, he's got he's got money.
Basically, he's playing a really bad landlord. He's just painting over it, right?
He didn't deal with the issue or the sadness.
He just...
he covered it up.
Covered it up, yeah.
So he had everything that he thought would make him happy, and then he lost that too, so he's got nothing left. He tried to go back to Kim, doesn't work, so he's gonna go back to
next best thing. Sorry.
So yeah, because we were talking about last episode when he went back to doing this, it was like he never left. He went back straight to making plans, and he was good at it, and it kind of gave him that little smile of it's an addiction. It's the rush that he missed, and then he was like, I'm never doing this again. And I'm like, I'm not sure. Like I'm thinking this might I've given you the rush necessary to go back. Well, that's what he did this episode.
Well, there is the fact that when you're good at something and you know it, you enjoy the benefit of it. You enjoy the fact that maybe people acknowledge you, recognize you, and maybe look up to you. And I mean, when you do something great, you love that people say, oh my god, your story is good, or this is nice. You enjoy the recognition.
The yeah. Especially if you've never had it. Like with Jimmy, he tried, like he did bad stuff in his youth, but then he really tried to turn himself into a good person, and his brother never, we're gonna go back all the way to season 1. His brother never really gave him the chance he thought he deserved, and he resented Chuck, and then he resented Howard for having the life he thought he deserved and he should have had, and for stopping him from getting it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's doing all of this because he believes he deserves that money. He deserves, like, if people had given him a chance, he would have that life. He would have that money and all those material things, and he would have his girl. But they screwed him up. Like, in his head, he's probably thinking, it's their fault, so I'm gonna do this to get what I deserve. I don't think he sees himself as a villain so much as someone who was robbed of the opportunity to get what he wants.
Usually, in our own eyes, we're never the own villain of our story, because we always got reason, excuses. And I'm used to say, and I still say that usually in life, you got many factors that can impact your life. You got inner factors and you got outside factors. Those you cannot control. You can control what you do, though.
Yeah.
And of course, Saul cannot control what his brother did to him. The fact that he refused to give him the job at HHM, he couldn't control that. But he could, what he did after, all the scams, all the money laundering, that's on him. If his life is sucking right now, that's on him.
Well, it's a bit like, if you compare it to Walter and Jesse, which I'm going to do because the episode is called Breaking Bad, so let's go. By the way, it was so cool to see them again. They've definitely aged, but...
Just a small break. I don't know for you, but I find it so funny when we see actors redoing the same scene like many years after, because they do a prequel or a sequel or something like that, and they try to do the same thing, but usually they got it right, and sometimes they got it more or less
cool.
right.
I mean, they obviously aged, but I think Aaron Paul just is Jesse's, and Walter... Well, Bryan Cranston
was so good at his role.
So good.
I think that Aaron was maybe a little bit more setback as Jesse
A little
at
older,
those
yeah.
times, like way too calm for that
But
period. in
still,
Breaking Bad.
I think it's. I found it easy for him still to go back in this mentality. Like maybe Brian had it better, but the both of them
Come on,
are the characters.
we all know that Walter White is playing Brian Cranston in life.
It's
Come
Walter.
On. It's Walter.
But in any
Brian
case,
is his second identity. Come on.
going back to why they do the stuff that they do, like Jesse is easy for me because we talked about him so much in Breaking Bad. He, you say everyone is the hero of their own story. With Jesse, I think he knew he was a bad guy, but he felt that he had no other choice because he wasn't good at being good. He wasn't good at doing all the stuff they expected him to do. He wasn't good, or people told him, he sucked at having a good job. He sucked at school. Like he sucked at fucking life. And so it's like he felt that this was the only way to go. So I think he knew he was a bad guy, but he wanted to do that.
What I'm hearing, sorry, is excuses.
I'm not saying it's not excuses.
No. But I mean, but still, like you said, he knew that he was bad at being good, or when he was trying, nothing was working out. He chose the easier option.
It's not necessarily the easier option.
Easiest in his mind.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Jesse was a good person at heart who tried or pretended to be a bad guy and went this way because he felt that no one was telling him he was good at doing anything else. That was the only field where people were telling him you're good at that, so do that. Saul is the same in the way that he shines whenever he does his schemes, whenever he's Saul Goodman,
Mm-hmm.
but whenever he's trying to be Jimmy McGill and he's trying to do his thing, people like Chuck stop him and don't give him the chances he needs to go on in life. So maybe it's similar in a way that he knew it was a scheme, he knew it was bad, but he felt that this was the only way for him to get what he felt like he deserved. As for Walter, it's the same. If Jesse and Saul are similar in the I'm gonna do bad things because I'm good at this, Saul and Walter, well, Walter also does bad things because he's good at this, but with chemistry there are so many fields you can go, but he specifically chose meth for the money and for the control and the power.
Quickest way.
Yeah, so for him and Jimmy, it was the passion of, I deserve the recognition. I deserve to be, to be good because I am good. I deserve to be told I'm good, so I'm gonna do this because I'm the best at that. So I think, and I said in the episode that Saul really fit well with Walter and Jesse. It goes even beyond what I thought in the episode. In the episode, I was thinking about personality-wise. Like, he's got the knowledge of the world. He's a lawyer. He's got the intelligence to match with Walter because he knows a lot more about this job than Walter, so he can coach him a little bit. He can guide him, like he said. Like he's I don't remember the exact
Amateur.
words, but he's someone that can be molded into the next big thing, his cash cow. So they fit well in that way, but also his knowledge of the bad world and all the deals and his the fact that he works with people like Jesse all the time also makes him a good partner for Jesse because he fits with him as well. So he knows how to talk to Walt and he knows how to talk to Jesse. So he fit really well with the two. And then beyond that, personality wise and reasons wise and even their past, if you think about how they became what they became, it fits with both Walter and Jesse in their own way. So they were meant to work together, and it's just sad because he was warned by Mike, a guy who works with these
was
people.
So right by saying, "Do not trust the chemist teacher."
And it's like so much could have been different. Like, we talked about how he didn't directly kill anyone, but then he's responsible for so much. If Saul had not been involved in Breaking Bad, the show would have ended season 2.
True.
It would have been over, like they would have been caught.
Oh yeah.
They would never have met Gus. Although maybe Gus would have reached out to him, but at the time he thought he wasn't good. No, but eventually, depending on
why would you go bigger to make more money? So introduced into Gus.
I know how it happened. I'm saying maybe if Walt had managed to keep doing his business and if somehow he had managed without Saul, maybe Gus would have taken an interest in what he was doing. But it happened way earlier and way easier because of Saul. So without Saul, my guess without Saul, they would have been arrested a long time ago.
That is true.
But then we wouldn't have Breaking Bad. So Saul was necessary for Walter and Jesse to become what they became. but it led to the downfall of everyone. Again, though, they are all responsible for the choices they made, which is why they all deserve to be punished. And Walter and Jesse both got what they deserved, and then they got the ending that fit best for each of them. So I'm thinking now it's Saul's time, and at this point, he hasn't learned. He still needs to be truly punished. I was thinking, yeah, the Gene stuff, it's punishment, but it's not stopping him from going back, so it's not enough.
I think it's interesting that we had a really good parallel between what used to be with Saul, Walter, and Jesse, and now with Gene and these two guys like Jeff and the one who didn't want to rip off the cancer man.
Well, there is a small connection, but I didn't really see it as exactly the same because Walter and Jesse already had something going.
These two try to have something going. These two are newbies, amateurs, and technically they're under Saul's wings, right?
The difference though is that these two crooks, they want quick cash, they want money, but they're not willing, they have guilt when it comes to ripping off. Yeah, they have a conscience. They don't want to rip off, they don't have a good reason for doing what they're doing. They only want money. It's not like Saul, it's about money, but it's also about pride, and it's also about what happened in his past. Jesse and Walt had their reasons, but for them, I think it's more like we just want quick cash, and we've got a good way to get it.
For bad stuff, you don't necessarily mean to have a sub story, a really good reason to make cash quickly.
In a way. If you're about to rip off a guy with cancer and your only motivation is I just want quick cash.
For what I meant to say, Walter, his reason was making cash for my family because I'm gonna die, and I was making cash because I'm good at it and I love it. Jesse making cash quickly and I'm good at it or something like that.
He needed the respect and the motivation. I know.
Or these two just want to have quick
a little money. They just want money. Which is why I'm saying that the difference is that whenever we were with Jesse and Walter and Saul was trying to lead them towards bigger playgrounds and bigger players and stuff, they were in on it. They were gonna be okay with it because they needed more. They always needed more. It's personal for them. Whereas these two guys are easier to it's easier for them to be like, well, I kind of don't want to do this because this is too much, this is crossing the line, because what they want is just quick cash, and they already have that.
True.
So
to quote Mike, it's not because you're a bad guy that you're a bad guy, right?
Well,
you can do bad, you can do shitty stuff, but you can still have a code, still have some morals, you don't kill kids, you don't kill women, you don't attack old people, you don't mess with abuelas, you don't rip off people with cancer.
I'm just saying I don't necessarily see the connection as much. I thought I prefer to say that it was more about crossing the lines and doing, going back, even though someone is warning you. These guys were more like Mike in this instance. They were the ones telling him, don't go back to the cancer guy, don't rip him off, and he did it. But back then, when he did it with Walter, it led to the death of everything. He lost everything. So in this case, I'm thinking the parallel is that going back to the cancer guy is going to lead to him losing everything once more.
Yeah.
So that's the parallel I'm looking at, and that's the one I saw most. So I understand the parallel you're making. I understand what you saw in the episode. I just think the more important one is the other one.
Well, you're right. You're right.
It's personal opinion at the end of it. I could be totally wrong about the intention of the episode, but it makes more sense to me. It means more to me with the cancer stuff and the crossing the lines. So, anyway, I'm just happy to be back to Better Call Saul. There's only 2 episodes left. I do wonder what they're gonna do. The finale is gonna be about wrapping things up, seeing what happens and stuff. So I do wonder what is gonna happen next episode. I'm guessing he's gonna get caught.
Do you think that we might see Kim again at the end?
We got to. It can't end like this.
She's gonna look at him. Yeah, if you're right, and the show end with him being in jail, she could be just on the other side of the glass and just sit.
She is a lawyer. She could represent him. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or at least if he ends up in jail, she's definitely gonna hear about it. We'll see. In any case, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this episode with us. I'm really excited for the next one, so we'll see you guys then. All the episodes are already on Patreon, so you can check them out over there if you want, as well as the full-length reaction to this episode.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week, guys. So
Yes.
stay tuned and see you then.
Bye!